soars and sings, though sorrow clouds your day, it's sunny skies tomorrow brings. And take my hand, let's be friends forever. And take my hand, alone no more, not ever. Imagine dreams are real, and soon you'll start to feel there's magic all around. And take my hand, love is all around.
The beautiful lily maiden was carried down to the water. Her lifeless body rested on black velvet. She was covered with a gold-embroidered blanket. Her brothers kissed her on the brow. With tears in their eyes, they parted from their beautiful sister. Farewell, sweet sister, farewell. Her long locks framed her pale face. In her right hand, she held a white lily, and in her left hand, a letter from the noble knight she had loved so passionately. Even in death, she was still beautiful. She looked as if she was only sleeping. The barge floated slowly downstream towards Camelot, where her beloved came from. My beloved Lancelot, you left me without even a parting word. Now I'm bidding you farewell because there's no return for me. We shall meet once more at Camelot. But it won't be the kind of meeting I've been dreaming of for so long. However, maybe then you'll realize how deeply I loved you, noble knight, how I was prepared to give you my heart. Maybe then you'll realize that I died for you and of my love for you. Oh, my love, please, Lancelot, don't ever forget me.
Anne, wake up! You've got a fish on your line.
What? Oh, you're right, I have. Oh, it must be a huge one. Come, help me, quick, come. Help me, come, help me.
This is exciting.
It was August. The long summer vacation had just started. Anne's hair had grown again, and the fright she got when her hair came out green after she dyed it was long forgotten. Anne, Diana, Jane Andrews, and Ruby Gillis met each other every day at the lake with its silver waters. Anne's story club still kept the girls busy. They spent hours telling each other stories they'd made up themselves.
What a pity, he was a giant.
And he was on your hook for an eternity. Didn't you notice anything, Anne?
No, I'm afraid I didn't.
You were dreaming again, admit it.
Yes, you're right. I was dreaming of Camelot.
You were dreaming of what?
You were dreaming of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table?
But why do you look so surprised? Oh, noble knight, oh, my dearly beloved Lancelot! If only we could have lived in the time of King Arthur and Camelot, our lives would have been much more romantic and exciting.
I quite agree with you, Anne.
Oh, Lancelot, most noble of knights, carry me off, marry me, and take me with you to Camelot.
I would rather have stayed away from Lancelot. I just wouldn't have trusted him. Remember, a maiden died for him.
You're right. She died of a broken heart. Her brothers put her corpse on a barge, and the river took her away to Camelot. She must have been very beautiful, but Lancelot loved someone else.
Yes, he left Guinevere, King Arthur's wife. What a mix-up. I don't think I'd like to have lived in those times. It wasn't romantic at all, but Anne thinks everything is romantic.
Yes, absolutely everything. I could easily fall in love with a noble knight, but he would have to have a beautiful horse. I can't stand ugly horses, but fortunately Lancelot has a horse as noble as himself.
Imagine yourself as the noble maiden Jane Andrews, the lovely Jane Andrews who was smitten with Lancelot. But unfortunately, Lancelot had given his heart to someone else and he'd sworn a solemn oath. He had sworn never to marry anyone but the woman he worshipped and loved so dearly.
Oh, how very sad.
I feel like crying for them.
Oh, noble Lancelot! If I can't share my life with you, it isn't worth anything. Oh, most noble Lancelot! My violently beating heart is beating only for you. Oh, Lancelot, please don't turn your back on me. The grief and sorrow of unrequited There's a barge right here.
Why don't you go on, Anne?
Oh, excellent. That's exactly what we'll need for what we're going to do now. I just got the brightest idea that I've had this whole year. We're going to reenact the tragic story of Lancelot and Elaine. We have everything we need for it right here.
Lancelot and
We even have a barge too. I've just discovered it now, but it must have been lying there for ages. One of us has to be the beautiful maiden Elaine. She'll be put onto the barge and the river will take her away.
Wonderful idea.
Yes, I agree. One of us is Elaine and the others are her brothers. They're lamenting their sister's cruel fate and they see to it that the barge floats down to Camelot.
What?
Wait, don't be scared. We don't have to do anything. The stream will take the barge to the bridge and further down to where that little island is. And what's on the island? 3 guesses.
I know, it's Camelot, and at Camelot we find Lancelot.
You're right. As soon as the barge leaves with Elaine's body, the other 3 run to the island as fast as they can.
Yes, and they'll become King Arthur and his wife.
And Lancelot, of course. And then they wait for the barge with poor Elaine. Come on, admit it. I'm brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
You are.
What are we waiting for? Let's start.
Yes,
Let's do it. Anne always comes up with the most incredible ideas.
We're lucky to have a barge so lovely.
Oh, it's going to be such fun. I can't wait. Who's going to be Lancelot and Elaine?
You want to be Elaine?
What? No, definitely not. No, I'm much, much too scared. I suppose it's very romantic, but I simply can't see myself alone on a barge floating down the river at the mercy of the current.
No, I'm too scared. I couldn't lie there with my eyes closed like a dead person. I could never do that. Oh!
Be lucky Diana brought her mother's old shawl along. If you didn't look at it too closely, you might mistake it for black velvet. So, we're ready. We can start now. Don't you want to anymore?
Of course we want to. We've just decided who's going to be Elaine. You are.
Yes, you would be best at it. After all, it was your idea, Anne. It's very kind of you. I feel flattered. But it isn't a question of whose idea it was. It's a question of who would be the most suitable for the part of Elaine. Ruby, your hair looks the most like Elaine's, and it would look lovely against the black velvet. Lancelot could easily have fallen in love with you. Definitely not with me. You'd be the best Elaine out of the 4 of us. I don't want to be her. I'm sorry, Anne. I just don't feel up to it. I'm sorry.
Come on, Anne. Why don't you want to be Elaine? What's wrong with you?
It was all
You're
your
not as
idea,
ugly
Anne.
as you think you are, Anne. Not according
You
to
have
us.
to be
You're
Elaine.
attractive.
I don't know. I think Elaine would look ridiculous with red hair.
No, not at all. Why would red hair make her look ridiculous? You're wrong. The truth is, we're scared, Anne. We don't want to be on the barge all alone.
All right, then. I'm not scared. I'll be Elaine. All right, then. But I won't be convincing as a corpse with my red hair. I'm warning you.
You look
just
right.
Close your eyes, Anne. You're a corpse, remember. Ruby, you're King Arthur. Jane, you're his wife Guinevere. And Diana, you are Lancelot. But that's only when we get to the island. Here, you are my mourning brothers. Where are the flowers? We need
Diana,
flowers.
bring your picnic basket too.
All right, I'm coming.
That looks quite beautiful, don't you think?
Elaine held a beautiful snow-white lily, not an iris. And our picnic blanket doesn't have gold embroidery, but that's all right.
My goodness, she looks as if she's really dead.
Hey, Anne?
Yes?
You're not allowed to open your eyes, Anne. Elaine was dead, so she couldn't do it.
Well, then stop talking nonsense and stop the tragedy.
All right, Anne.
All right, girls, here we go. Why are you grinning? We're mourning our sister's death.
Sorry.
Oh, what cruel fate is befalling you, dear sister. But Anne, it says in the story, Elaine lay as though she smiled. You look much too sorrowful. Smile a little bit. Good, that looks better. Oh, dear sister, death has smothered you in his embrace. Farewell, dearest, farewell.
Farewell, forever farewell, dearest sister.
Oh, you were My one and only. Are you ready? It isn't moving. Push harder, much harder.
We're trying our best.
At last.
Do you think the current will take it to the bridge?
Yes.
Come. We have to go to Camelot Castle now.
Yes. Run faster, Ruby.
Why don't you run faster? The beautiful lily maiden was carried down to the water. Her lifeless body rested on black velvet. She was covered with a gold-embroidered blanket. Her long locks framed her pale face. In her right hand, she held a white lily, and in her left hand, a letter from the noble knight she had loved so passionately. Even in death, she was still beautiful. She looked as if she was only sleeping. The barge floated slowly downstream towards Camelot, where a beloved knight came from. Please excuse me, Lord, but please let the barge float close enough to one of those bridge pillars ahead. Close enough for me to climb up onto it. Please forgive me, but please may I ask for another favour, Lord? Please let the barge sink close to the bridge pillars, not here in the middle of the river. Please, Lord, have mercy on me. Save me, please, Lord.
At last, I was getting worried about her.
Ages.
Hi,
You're here at last.
Ruby, please don't clap hands.
All right, I'm sorry.
Be quiet now. Shh. King Arthur and his court didn't even know the barge was coming to Camelot.
Yes, you're right. Look there! Look what's happening! Look there!
Oh, the boat has sunk. Did you see? Diana, the boat has sunk. Did you see?
Anne, where are you? Where are you, Anne? Anne, Shirley, where are you? Anne, where are you? Answer me! Oh. I'll quickly run home and fetch my mother.
Wait, Diana, I'm coming with you.
Yes, me
Wait,
too.
Diana.
Shirley! What on earth are you doing there? What's going on? I'm coming! Get into the boat, quickly! What's with you? Do you want to stay there, or do you want me to save you? Careful! Watch out! Careful, you capsize the boat!
I'm sorry about that, and thank you very much for helping me. It's very kind of you.
It's a pleasure. What happened? You're soaking wet. Did you hurt yourself?
No, I'm fine, thank you. Would you be kind enough to row me to the landing? I've had more than enough of this water.
Yes, of course, Anne. Immediately. Hold on tight. You'll have to put on dry clothes as soon as possible. Otherwise you'll catch a cold, and that would be a pity during the holidays. Won't you tell me what happened, Anne?
We were playing Lancelot and the Lily Maiden. I was the maiden.
But she never fell into the water, did she?
Well, thanks once again for your trouble.
Wait, Anne, don't go now. Please, why can't we be friends now? I'm sorry I made fun of your hair that time. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. I only meant it as a joke, but it was rude and silly of me. I'm sorry, Anne. I don't actually have anything against your hair. To tell you the truth, I think your hair's really beautiful. Please believe me. Please, Anne, let's be friends. You're a carrot head, Anne. Carrot head! Carrot head!
Oh no, we'll never be friends, never ever.
Huh?
I can't and won't be your friend after what you said. I'm not interested, Gilbert.
Fine, if that's the way you want it. If you're not interested, I'm not interested either. And I won't ask you again.
Shirley isn't dead, she's alive.
We thought you had sunk with the boat. We thought you were dead.
I'm so glad. Tell us what happened to you.
I could see the boat was going to sink, so I jumped out and held onto one of the bridge posts. I saw you running by and I shouted and shouted for help.
We wanted to fetch Diana's mother, but she wasn't home. We were so scared, Anne. It was a nightmare. It was terrible.
We thought the river had swallowed you with the boat, Anne. It was horrible. We didn't know what to do to save you. Tell us how you got back on solid ground.
Gilbert Blythe was fishing from a boat, so I called him and he came and picked me up.
Oh, so Gilbert Blythe saved your life. How romantic. How wonderful. Gilbert Blythe, how romantic.
I suppose now you won't ignore him anymore, will you?
I'll still ignore him because I hate him. Please do me a favour, Jane. Don't you ever use the word romantic in connection with Gilbert Blythe again. Do you understand?
Lancelot and Elaine's story could have caused a real-life tragedy. The Avonlea children, and the members of Anne's story club in particular, had to promise their parents never to go rowing on their own again. Anne locked herself in her room and cried for a few hours. Then she felt better. She was over the shock, although she wasn't quite sure what had shocked her more, the sinking boat or Gilbert Blythe saving her life.
Goodness, I wonder when a child like you will learn to be sensible, if ever.
Don't worry, it'll come. We just have to be patient. My chances of becoming sensible are getting better and better every time.
What makes you think that, if I may ask?
It's simple. I've made many mistakes, all sorts of them, silly ones. But I've learned a valuable lesson from every mistake I've made. Mistakes aren't in vain. The mistake I made today will cure me of the single biggest mistake and drawback of my life.
What are you referring to?
I'm too much of a romantic. There's no use in trying to be romantic in Avonlea. It might have been possible in Camelot hundreds of years ago, but not anymore. Life's too serious. I'm quite sure you'll both see a great improvement in me in this respect, Marilla. I promise you I'll only be a romantic when a moment is really and irresistibly romantic.
I hope you succeed, Anne. Your romantic spirit nearly made you drown today. Good night.
Anne, don't give up all your romance. Too much is dangerous, but a little a good thing.
Matthew!
How shall I put it? Without romance, life can become tedious. Keep your romance, Anne. Regard it as a great gift. Then you can feel passionately about all the things you experience in your life. Promise me that, Anne.
All right, it's a promise. Thank you very much, Matthew. I'll never forget it.
One day, Diana and Anne had a big surprise. Aunt Josephine invited them both to the agricultural exhibition in Charlottetown. Anne was elated, of course, and Marilla gave her consent. But more about that next time.
Soft whispers on the breeze, the wood nymphs in the trees are calling out your name. They offer you their gifts, sweet fragrance fills the air. The magic of a moonlit night, a nightingale's song to share.